Two former World Junior Champions. Saina Nehwal from India won the World Junior Championships in 2008 on home soil. And Cheng Chieh, of course, was World Junior Champion in Vancouver, Canada back in 2004. And the very next year at the World Championships, picked up a bronze medal. My goodness, that was one of the biggest surprises of World Championships, her bronze medal. And then she struggled for a little while, got very downhearted after the Olympic Games in Beijing when she lost first round to the eventual silver medalist Chieh. So last year her win-loss record 33 and 19, and that translates into 3 finals, winning 2 titles, although one of those titles didn't count towards her world ranking. That was the World University Championships, where she won gold. For Saina Nehwal, well, current world number 4, and last year, well, they've been talking in the Indian press about what a lean period she had last year, because of course for her only 1 title, whereas she'd won 5 titles in 2010, and there's been a lot of talk about her lack of form. I personally think that's very harsh indeed. I think that she has steadily been there or thereabouts in all the major tournaments, but you could briefly see she was in great form. As we look at our court officials for this women's singles, she was in great form in the first round against Scotland's Susan Eggleston. 21-5, 21-6. That really was a very one-sided encounter. So for Cheng Chieh, she had Japanese opposition in the first round in the form of the left-handed Sayaka Sato. 2 straight games there. And you can see that this is the 3rd meeting between the 2 players. And the last meeting was the semi-final of the Indonesian Super Series event last year. And as you've just seen, 3 tough games. In fact, both of their previous encounters were 3 games. So as far as Cheng Chieh is concerned, she, not the tallest of athletes, 158. It's only just higher than the net, isn't it, Ian? That's 5'2" and a quarter. And the net, I think, in the middle is 5 foot. Is that right? That's right. Well, there she is. What she lacks in height, she's a great character. She'll no doubt be throwing herself around the court in an effort to retrieve the shuttle. So the number 4 seed, Saina Nehwal, far side of the court as we look down. Cheng Chieh, silver medalist at the World Championships in Wembley last year. What a tournament she had. 26 years of age, Cheng Chieh, 26 and 1 day. Celebrated her birthday yesterday. And so did another badminton player here at the Korean Open, Vita Marissa. It was her birthday yesterday too. Now I say that Cheng Chieh is a great character. She's got the most incredible, easy, relaxed hitting style. She's got great skills. Look at that backhand. And therefore very different. I mean, I think Saina Nehwal is a very compact player.
Yes, it's an interesting matchup, this one, I have to say. I felt Saina looked somewhere back close to her best in the final of the Super Series 3 weeks ago. I thought she grew in confidence throughout the tournament and played exceptionally well. And Cheng, you just never know what you're going to get, really. You know, she's she's a player that can beat everybody in the world, but you just never know what you're going to get on any given day.
Yes, of course, we should mention that Saina Nehwal reached the final of the Super Series finals 3 weeks ago in Zhou. And in fact, beat Wang Xin, former world #1, en route, and that was her second victory over Wang Xin last year. Lost out in the final to world champion Wang Yihan. And of course, the problem, I suppose, Ian, is when a player enjoys so much success as Saina Nehwal did at such a young age, that so many of the media and fans back home in India sort of expect it to happen at every tournament, and that's just not humanly possible. It doesn't happen really for any player in any sport, and she's still very young. She's only 21 years of age. She's still a developing player.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of pressure on her in India from the media, but I think no one puts more pressure on Saina than Saina herself. She expects to win every time she goes on court. She's a great competitor. And last year, she had the slight ankle injury, and we've spoken about it before, but I felt she came back a little bit early from that, and she lost a little bit of confidence in that period. But also, she really had some terrible draws in the middle part of the year where she was drawing unseeded Chinese players when she wasn't 100% fit, and just had a slight loss of confidence. But that will happen with all players as they develop. And as you say, she's a top player, and she certainly showed that 3 weeks ago in the Super Series finals.
And these, in all honesty, are two of the players that we've been talking a lot about over the last 12 months. We've been talking about in the past the dominance of China in the women's singles, and you've been talking about players from Thailand, Taipei, Saina, and there's another young Indian girl, she was in the qualifying here, Sindhu, and you know, there's a lot of youngsters that really are challenging for the titles, and whereas in the past we've always assumed, wrongly so, that if one Chinese player doesn't win it, then it'll be one of the other Chinese players. But now it's wide open. It's a very exciting time, and these are two of the players that are making it so exciting.
Absolutely. Either one of these players could win an Olympic medal, let's be clear. Saina, I think, will need to go in confidence. She'll want to go in with a high seeding position. She'll want to be in the top 4 in that seeding position to sort of have the easier draw, whereas for Cheng it's probably less important to her. She probably likes being the underdog. She won't mind playing maybe one of the Chinese players a little bit earlier on, where the pressure's on the opponent rather than herself. So two different characters, two different types of competitors. See a top player leave a shuttle that far in.
Oh, she's struggling to find her range at the moment, is Cheng Chieh. Overdone it, missed it. tried it a second time. Ambitious, perhaps, on the second occasion. An 8-point advantage at the mid-game interval. And I certainly wasn't expecting this, Ian.
Cheng's a player who likes to play counter-attack. Saina's playing a very, very good tactical game here, not giving her anything to feed on. She's being very patient and building the rallies, not forcing the rallies. And that's posing a lot of problems at the moment for Cheng tactically.
Just 6 minutes. So what does Chieh have to do then?
Has to be patient herself, really. She has to try and draw Saina into attacking a little bit more so that she gets some counter-attacking opportunities. But whether she wants to do that in this first game being so far down, we'll soon see.
11-3, play.
That's drifted wide.
12-3.
Same again, Saina not drawn into hitting the smash down the line, and that doesn't give Cheng any pace to feed on. She just forces the shuttle onto the back of the court.
That's better.
Service over. Home 30.
Yeah, she's not tall, but she gets up early to intercept that. A little bit short from Saina. Nice precision with the cross slice.
Trying it a second time, a little shake of the head, and I can understand why. Based in Hyderabad now, Saina Nehwal. Brought up in Haryana, northwest India. Chieh's coaches, I don't think, too impressed at the moment.
No, she's never got going, has she, in this first game?
I mean, Ian, you're such an experienced coach yourself. What do you do with a player that's got so much talent as this lady has? There's no question of that. But here we are, you know, I've talked about the fact she's been in the final of the World Championships last year, and she's playing so far. You said it, you never know what you're going to get. How do you as a coach deal with that or prepare for a match with a player of this sort?
Sometimes you have to accept with some players that they're not capable of playing consistently week in and week out. They have to actually be in the right mental condition to give a top performance. They need something extra to motivate them. So it's a different sort of preparation. You've got two completely different characters here. Saina, who's so concentrated, she's desperate to win every single match. And Cheng, who can turn up one week and really not be that interested. You know, it's a different type of preparation of this player, and you have to sort of try and push them into a certain direction of where they're going to peak and when they're going to try and get their big results to get their ranking and to get, you know, and to win their medals. She's proved she can win medals at major championships, which so far Saina's struggled to do. But if you look at the world ranking, there's a world of difference between the two of them.
Yeah.
One of the interesting dynamics with Cheng this year, of course, is the emergence of a couple of other younger players from Taiwan, which maybe will sort of change her outlook. She's been really the undisputed number one for a long time, really. Maybe the emergence of one or two younger players will cause a change in attitude. It'll be interesting to follow.
Yeah, of course, one of those younger players, Tai Su Ying, had some super results this year. Yeah, it was the right idea, because Saina Nehwal was moving backwards in court.
That's what I was talking about. When you do put pace on, she's very quick to change the direction. She's a very good counter puncher. It was a much more constructive rally there, and eventually Saina tempted into smashing off balance and immediately pays the penalty. Choice from Saina, not using the smash, just playing the hold, straight, clear, beautifully judged. You'll see it, doesn't smash, holds it, goes to the rear court the second time, showing no answer.
Service over. 11-17.
Once again, right idea, wrong execution.
Yeah, just outmanoeuvred again. Saina being very, very patient. A really big court, lots of clears, cut drops rather than smashes, keeping the court big, and Cheng moving and off balance. Good tactics.
That's held up, that's dropped in. Well in.
Service over. 12-18.
Just hesitated, thought it might be going long, in the end chose to hit it, but it was a wild shot. See here, just hesitates, thinks it might be going out, decides to hit it late.
Oh my goodness. How did she find that angle? Didn't seem to have any backswing of the racket. Well, that's just a sign of the talent, isn't it?
Well, she's a long way down, but she's actually outscored Saina since the mid-game interval. There's signs that she's beginning to find a game. Gradually working her way into the match.
Service over.
Too little, too late, one suspects, because now it's 6 game points for Saina Nehwal. Only needed the one. 21-14. Well, she'll need a better start to the second game. Will Cheng Chieh. Saina Nehwal will be very happy with that indeed. 15 minutes for that opening game. 21-14. Cheng, the coach to Saina Nehwal. Michael Logosz, I think, from Poland, watching this. He was in the men's doubles. Coach looking very anxious. Cheng Shao Chieh. There's the two English coaches. There's two of the coaches that you brought on and developed in your coach education program and national coaching.
See from the body language there from Gopi-chan, talking very much about using the slices, using the drops, and then punching the rear court against a shorter opponent. Not over-attacking. Another bit of tactic we'll see. Let's see how Cheng responds. As you say, she'll need a much better start to the second game.
Shuffle for the start of the second game.
Second game, no ball, play.
See the change of pace, the change of direction. That's what she likes to do. Signs that she's going to be prepared to be much more patient in this match than she was at the beginning of the first game.
Oof. Wow, couldn't have missed by much from where we're sitting. We're looking virtually straight down that line. It was a good call. I think it was just wide, but it was desperately close. Back, Chieh's side of the court. Yeah, and we saw yesterday in the women's singles most of the players using the big high serve, as indeed as Saina Nehwal did at the start of that rally. Whereas I've noticed that in this matchup, Chieh still willing to try the low serve. Hard rally. And you and I have been talking over the past 12 months about the fact how women's singles is going like the men's singles, in that more and more of the players are serving low. But I've noticed earlier on in this tournament dramatic difference. Is it because there is this drift in the arena and therefore they're not so worried about putting in the high serve in women's singles now in this particular arena?
I think it's something specific to this arena. It's quite a slow hall, and the girls are quite confident using a high serve that the opponents can't hit straight through from that high service. The other thing is that serving short in a slow hall means it's quite easy for your opponent to put it in quickly behind you, because they don't have to worry about the shuttle drifting out the back of the court. They can be quite aggressive with the flicks to the rear court, which means you're starting the rally with the shuttle in behind you. And that's more difficult, obviously.
That's a super cross-court match, isn't it? That's the sort of skill. She can suddenly do something a little bit different. Makes her an exciting player to watch.
Yeah, does 2 consecutive shots. Actually, the first one she used the deception and went straight to the rear court. The second one, same preparation, but she's able to turn the shuttle across the court nice and short. Good skill.
Oof, well, Saina doesn't like the call. It was called good. She was convinced it was long. I'm not sure we'll see it from this angle. No. Here we go. Well, it was called good. Just to reiterate, of course, the umpire can only overrule if they see that a clear error has been made. When it's as close as that, that's not a clear error. And it does mean that 3 straight points now for Cheng, Shao, Chieh.
Again, we're seeing now Saina a couple of points behind. She's just putting a little bit more pace on the shuttle, and that suits Cheng. That gives her the opportunity to use the change of directions, as we see there.
Oh. Singles is all about trying to outmaneuver your opponent, whereas doubles trying to force a weaker reply. Singles players use all 4 corners, try and outmaneuver your opponent and then go for the winner.
She's missed that one a lot in this match, hasn't she? She normally likes those deceptive slow drops, but she's really never found a range with them. So she'll be disappointed with that. It was short. It's a short lift from Saina. She created the opportunity with this good net shot. And then can't put it away.
Just wide. Always a worry for Cheng, Shao, Chieh fans when she starts watching the adjoining court.
And again, it was the error on the slow drop, wasn't it?
Yes, and of course from this near side of the court as we look down, Saina Nehwal has the opportunity to really punch deep into the back corners because the shuttle holding up as well, and she does seem to be playing to the back a lot in these rallies.
Yeah, she knows her opponent's very dangerous from the forecourt with all the little deceptions and the change of direction. And Saina's playing a very patient game and a good tactical game so far.
Man, she's got herself back level. now into the lead.
Again, pressure to the rear court. It's the error with the drop shot.
5 straight points.
Just a little bit off balance. Causes the error.
Well, this is so typical of her, isn't it, really? 6 straight points now to Saina Nehwal. How many of these 7 points now come from errors from Cheng, Shao, Chieh?
Yeah, it was interesting in this rally when Saina had the chance to smash, she went to the body rather than giving her opponent the opportunity to use angles.
Well, remarkable turnaround by the number 4 seed, Saina Nehwal, from 3-7 down, 8 straight points, and to the mid-game interval with a 4-point advantage. What's happened?
Well, we said in the interval after the first game that Cheng needed a better start. Well, she got the better start, and then really just seemed to relax and made 1 or 2 unforced errors, and that gave Saina the confidence to go back to a tactic of being very patient and putting a lot of pressure on the rear court. And Cheng's really not enjoying that tactic at the moment.
That's landed inside the line, no question of that. And the run comes to an end. It's interesting, Saina Nehwal, in her 3 previous visits to this Korean Open, has never got past this stage, the last 16. Missed it. But perhaps the colder conditions here, not necessarily in the arena, but outside it's about -7 today, isn't it? And perhaps for a player like Simon, used to the heat and humidity in her home country, finds these conditions a little bit difficult.
Yes, it's certainly possible. It's certainly difficult for the players switching temperatures so often. I mean, they've been training at home in the heat, so come here, play sort of -7, -8 outside, as you say, and then next week in Malaysia it'll be +32, +34, something like that. It's not easy for the players to continually adjust, that's for sure.
210, that's quite a smash. 171 miles per hour. Difficult enough for us to adjust, let alone the players. Going wide, yeah. Just wide.
And again, Saina sticking to a tactic, using rear court an awful lot, just the odd drop shot to mix it up, keeping the court big. Very, very good tactics.
Yeah, good patient play. 7-point advantage now. Beautiful drop shot. She's missed with so many. You were pointing that out in the opening game, but that one was perfect.
Yeah, just a glimpse of what she can do there, but she's made too many errors with that during this match so far. Saina going straight back to the rear court. We saw the short serve, that's what we were talking about, Jill. Very easy there for Saina to just flick the shuttle in behind Cheng. Again, Cheng making the error with the drop shot.
Yes, and I suspect that the spirit is now broken of Chieh. Had that early lead, as you say, in this second game. She's run out of patience, hasn't she?
I think we have to give Saina a lot of credit here.
Yeah.
I mean, she's playing against a very, very dangerous opponent here, and she's gone on with a very well-constructed game plan. I'm sure she talked a lot with Gopi-chan about the tactics she was going to use, and she's shown great concentration to continue and hold that tactic together over the course of this match so far. It's a very, very good performance.
Continuing the good form that she showed at the Super Series finals in Nehwal. And now just 2 points away from her first ever quarter-final appearance here at the Korea Super Series. Make that just 1 point away. Delaying the inevitable, I suspect, as far as Chieh is concerned. Just wide. And what a performance from Saina Nehwal. 21-14, 21-10. And from 3-7 down in that second game, promptly won 18 of the next 21 points. Well, ended the year well, 2011, and she started 2012 in very good form as well. So confirmation of the score, 21-14, 21-10 in 35 minutes. So Saina Nehwal safely through to the quarterfinal, and she will play the winner of the number 6 seed, Yang Xiao, and Intanon Ratchanok from Thailand. That match yet to be contested. We don't know who her quarterfinal opponent will be, but we do know that Saina Nehwal is in great form. Very good performance indeed.